Oh, God is doing a lot of work in Haiti. I think we saw in the first church that we went to on Sunday, they were just cramming the people in. I don't know where they put them. There was probably 150 in a little cubicle there. And so I think God is alive in Haiti here. People are really turning to God here in Haiti.
When you affect one Haitian, you affect all Haitians. They're just interconnected. Lots because they're big families, but they're also very relational people. You give one Haitian a piece of bread, they'll share that with 10 other Haitians.
It's basically 5 acres here with a 12-foot wall around it. And on the front, the wall I think is about 18 feet, something like that, very high. And it just seemed like so much effort was going into that. I couldn't imagine when we talked about building 4 houses and everything else that was going to be part of this project, how it was all going to come together. And somehow it's coming together in a beautiful way. Kids are getting educated, kids are getting fed, workers, there's men that are being able to afford to pay for their kids' education and put food on the table. And so this mission is just growing.
Because everybody else here doesn't have a lot of things. Like I have work gloves and they don't have work gloves, but I can go to a store and buy work gloves in bulk, but they can't get that here. Just the small things, they don't have them, but they're happy. They're happy to just work. I grumble and complain when I work sometimes. They're happy to have a job so they can feed their family.
And they're content with what they have, and they're happy. They have joy. They have peace. That's what definitely is reflected in their smiles and their greetings.
And to try and instill a sense of stewardship in my own family, to not want more and obtain more, but to give more and to be more or less self-centered and more global-minded about our impact on this world and how we can help each other out more.
He kept pointing at me and saying that I'm black, and pointing at himself, and he's white. And he kept pointing at me and saying noir, and pointing at himself and saying blanc. We had a bit of a laugh about that, but it was kind of cool because I talked and a little bit about that with him and pretended we were cutting our arms open, and I pointed and I said rouge, and he really laughed and gave me a hug. And it just reminded me that really, as we interact with the folks here, we are one big family. Even though we might look a little different and we come from cultural differences or have cultural background differences, we are really brothers and sisters here.
Might seem small amounts truly help these people, as they have very little to look forward to. So any little bit that we can help, I think we can create a pay it forward type of mentality, and hopefully more and more people can help a little bit. And if we can all help a little bit, it can amount to a lot, especially in a country like this where a dollar can go a long way.
And it doesn't come just to possessions, but it comes with relationships. You see your neighbor in need, you help them out. If they ask you if you need help, then you say yes as well. And that's something that's very tough for me, is to offer, have someone help me when I need it, as opposed to just say, no, I got this, don't worry about it.
They do have pride in their property and pride in their workmanship. You know, working at the job site, you know, these guys, they could teach the guys that I work with back home a little bit about work ethic, pride in what you do, working together. There's obviously there's no necessarily trade lines or anything like that here to hold guys back, but you know, they do a wonderful job with what they have for tools, basic tools, hand tools, nothing. We don't have pumper trucks and we don't have cement trucks mixing the cement for them here. It's all by hand, bending rebar by hand. You know, like back home, that's all done by equipment and machines.
The workers themselves here are some of the best workers I've ever seen, ever, in any world. And they work and they enjoy working for very little. And I respect, I think, them quite a bit with regards to how hard they work and the passion, because you know that there's a passion there for the need to feed.
We always said last year one thing was, you know, Jesus had 12 disciples and they changed the entire world. And we were 9 guys and we came down and you can't help but be here and see and think, man, what God can do with such a little bit. You think, wow, that's not so much, but it's a great thing.